Who was more likely to make you laugh?
You never could imagine something like that could happen.
I'm happy.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. I'm happy for you. I'm
Thank
happy
you.
that you're happy. You deserve it. You work so hard.
Thank you.
Violent, or would you be rational?
I think I just walk out.
Just walk out.
That's what Whoopi said.
Yeah.
Walk out.
Why waste time?
No,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know everything you need to know. What else do you need to know?
Yes.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are the it couple nowadays. Their romance isn't your usual happily ever after. After a lot of ups and downs, they've found a way that works, and that is not letting other people into their relationship. So when Gwyneth Paltrow decided to start talking about having sex with Ben, Jennifer had to step in and set things straight. What has Jennifer got to say about Gwyneth's controversial statement? Let's find out all about it.
Who was better in bed?
That is really hard. Like, technically excellent.
Gwyneth Paltrow is quite the character. She always finds the most bizarre and outrageous things to say. This time, she shared a detail so inappropriate about Ben that JLo had to intervene. Gwyneth really left our jaws on the floor with this revelation. Gwyneth was giving an interview where the host was just like your average Twitter gossip enthusiast. She wanted Gwyneth to spill all the beans about her very hot exes, Ben Affleck and Brad Pitt. And of course, being the unabashedly straightforward and open person that she is, Gwyneth had no problem humoring her. In fact, she gave away a lot more than asked. We're pretty sure Affleck doesn't like these sorts of details about his sex life with an ex-girlfriend to be publicly seen and discussed, but Gwyneth doesn't care about that. We got to know some juicy inside gossip about the two actors. Turns out, even though Brad is more romantic and would sweep Gwyneth off her feet, no one made her laugh quite like Ben did.
Who was more likely to make you laugh?
Ben.
Ben was apparently a wonderful person who Gwyneth still really admires. Back in the day, Ben Affleck and Gwyneth were one of Hollywood's most beloved pairing. Everyone wanted to see them star together, and honestly, we get it because look at those faces.
A couple of films together, including Bounce.
You want to check it out? It'll just take a minute.
Sure.
However, the two decided being co-stars wasn't enough. Sparks were flying and they had undeniable sexual tension. So they began dating. The relationship continued on and off for a while for 3 years. Well, 3 years is a pretty long time to stay in a relationship, and you can bet they have a lot of history. Thankfully for Ben, Gwyneth still only has praise for her ex, and she says you can let your imagination run wild when it comes to sex with Ben. Apparently, he knows all the tips and tricks to keep you satisfied in bed. Thank God, Gwyneth stopped here and didn't go on to give even more detail. This was of course too much for Lopez. The singer and Ben's wife were rightfully pissed off at Gwyneth talking about such personal details in an interview like it's some evening gossip. But JLo has an interesting reaction to this scandalous event. If you were expecting some dramatic face-off, you're not going to get it. Lopez is too old and mature for that sort of confrontation. So she found a way to sit down Gwyneth's unwanted comments without picking a fight. Lopez very smartly talked about how great of a father Ben was and what an amazing time the two were having, bringing up their blended family together. He's an amazing dad. It brings tears to my eyes. He is honestly the best dad I have ever seen. Lopez decided she was going to make sure these sexy compliments from Ben's ex don't sway him away. She had a lot of good things to say about Ben, and I'm sure Ben's having an absolute blast. She says Ben is a present father and he's always tried to do better. He's such a brilliant guy anyway, like, he's learned so many things. The mother star continued. You can just tell when he's had his kids. He reads every book and everything you could possibly learn about children, and he applies it. This is also a great call from Lopez for Gwyneth to step back from her man. Lopez won't assure anyone coming in between her and Ben, and if Gwyneth thinks she can remind Ben of the past and sway him away, then she's wrong. This isn't the first time that Ben's parenting skills have been brought into question. He was also asked about his time as a father, and he gave all the right answers. His kids are his first priority when he's choosing any project. I don't want to go to Austin and New Orleans and Georgia anymore and not see my kids. He said, it just doesn't work. These years are too important. If I miss them, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. And we have to agree with JLo here because that's definitely a green flag. He is present, and that's all you can ask for, is a present, loving dad who cares and who shows up every single day. Lopez added, and that's who he is. Jennifer's answer was a great way to end all sorts of gossip and rumors in the press. And we're pretty sure it gave Gwyneth a good response to her suggestive comments. Besides, Lopez is a smart woman. She knows positive reinforcement is always the most useful way of getting good response. Lopez wants to make her marriage work, and she's ready to be mature and smart about it. But making a marriage work doesn't mean she will put up with cheating or infidelity. She's made sure Ben knows this and knows what the consequences of such disloyalty will be.
So what would you do if you your
If I was
friend
what?
sleeping with your husband?
Oh! Is that what's happening on Vanderpump? Yes, that's what's happening. And they've been.
JLo was a part of The View where the co-hosts were discussing Vanderpump Rules star Tom Sandoval's alleged affair with Raquel Leviss. The conversation naturally shifted towards Lopez and her marriage. What would Jennifer do if Ben cheated on her? Lopez is pretty clear about her choice, and it's a good one. I think I'd just walk out. Just walk out. You know everything you need to know. What else do you need to know? Jennifer once again had a very mature answer when the hosts asked her whether she'd get violent or act maturely. The actress and singer has no time or energy to be acting like a teenager.
Or would you be rational?
I think I'd just walk out.
Just walk out.
That's what Whoopi said.
Yeah.
Walk out.
Why waste
Leave
time?
that.
No,
Yeah.
you know everything you need to know. What else do you need to know?
She knows cheating has nothing to do with the other person and everything to do with the cheater. I think it's about realizing it's not about you. When someone cheats on you, it's about them, about their shortcomings. This wisdom, of course, comes with age. Jennifer already had her fair share of relationship drama in the past. I've been in relationships where there has been infidelity, and you're left to feel like you did something wrong. Like there's something wrong with you, you're not enough, all of those feelings that we struggle with. But this time around, Jennifer will not let these feelings dictate her. Lopez and Ben have come a long way in their relationship. After a whirlwind romance years ago, the two lovebirds found their way back to each other, and it was the sweetest surprise. Jennifer thinks this is it. The two went through so much heartbreak in life to be reunited like this. All this must be for a reason. Besides, the two have learned lessons in life and in their own previous relationship. They won't repeat the same mistakes again. Even at her wedding, JLo talked about how this love was the most perfect thing in her life. It's worth fighting for. Stick around long enough and maybe you'll find the best moment of your life in a drive-thru in Las Vegas at 12:30 in the morning in the Tunnel of Love drive-thru with your kids and the one you'll spend forever with. Love is a great thing, maybe the best of things and worth waiting for. It's clear that Jennifer Lopez has no intention of letting the likes of Paltrow get in the way of her love life. Gwyneth can bring up the past all she wants, but if she hopes to get the lovebirds fighting, then it's not happening. In fact, all these compliments that Jennifer is showering in Ben are going to make things even better between the two of them. Fans of Lopez are mad that Gwyneth would openly discuss Ben's personal matters like this. One person thought that there wasn't enough backlash over her comments. Imagine for a moment a male celebrity talking about which two female celebrities were better in bed. Think that'll fly, or would feminist heads explode? Another one wrote, if Ben Affleck or Brad Pitt spoke about Gwyneth Paltrow's abilities or lack of abilities in the sack, there'd be calls for cancellations. Seriously, Gwyneth? Just STFU. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.